place. The Knicks had no answer for that double high screen and roll, single high screen and roll. He was flying off it. Mikal Bridges can't fight through a big screen unless he gets a help or a switch. And it just seemed like the Knicks were very good offensively for most of the game, but it looked like they just got a little tired in that fourth quarter. And I think that's one of the reasons why Towns and Brunson only had 2 points. They just couldn't fight. All that holding, all that grabbing, all that physicality just really got to him in the second half.
Pacers are an electric team on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, 130 points I mean, when they get going, Alan, they're just so difficult to stop. And then you throw in the transition. You mentioned the turnovers. Pacers 22 fast break points to the Knicks 2. That's key as well.
Yeah, and the start of the game was also 43 first quarter points. So you had to know this was coming. This was the stat to watch in the pregame show, which was they were losing game threes. It's the third series in a row they lost game 3 after being up 2-0. Shot poorly from 3 in game 3s, all of them, including the previous game. But their game 4s, they're shooting lights out from downtown. Now, they shot well from downtown in this game in the end, but they got off to an unbelievable start. Hit 6 of 8 from 3. That set their offense early on. Got the crowd into it. And for the Knicks, just trying to keep up was all they were doing with their offense, which shot the ball well. But once again, the Pacers came out and set a tone immediately, and they did it with their strength, the three-point ball and points off turnovers.
Yeah, and Pascal Siakam, he's shooting the ball as well as I've ever seen him shoot the ball from 3. There were a couple shots in that fourth quarter where you hope he's a little off balance. He's going to miss those threes, and he didn't. The Knicks were knocking on the door the whole entire game. I thought they played valiantly, but this team brought it. They earned that win 100%. The Indiana Pacers did. Now the Knicks are down 3-1. They get a game at home. They got to figure out a way to get that win at home and extend this series however they possibly can. This Pacer team, though, I thought Nesmith was going to be a little banged up. Obviously, completely wrong. He looked 100%. Did a great job on Jalen Brunson. Knicks got to retool. They got to lick their wounds and get ready for Game 5.
The end of quarters, closing quarters for the Pacers was huge. And the end of the first, end of the half, big. Start of the third quarter, also huge as far as flipping the game, where the Knicks actually had a 1-point lead. And then the end of the third and, of course, closing the game. But this was it right here. The Knicks were up 1, and then they close the half in the last 90 seconds, getting a 6-0 run. 6 points is what they got out of this, and it was all quick strike kind of scoring, and the Knicks couldn't score as Jalen Brunson tried to draw a foul on that play, and instead they don't call it. They get the 2, and then you get this. Right, this is the layup at the end. This is the last of the 6, and now so suddenly at the half, the Knicks were trailing 69-64. Then they opened the third quarter, Wally, and it was a 7-0 run.
Yeah, and then they extended the lead to 12. Knicks, after that, they could never really make it a game. And to your point, there was a couple bad turnovers to start that third quarter. You can just see Jalen puts his head down, and he knows what's coming. A raining 3, a dunk, whatever. When you lose this team in transition, they are going to make you pay. They run to that three-point line. They run to the basket, and they just get whatever they want. That building was frenetic. That team was just keeping the pressure on the Knicks the whole entire game, and you just want the Knicks to be able to exhale. But this team will not let them exhale. They just keep coming at the Knicks, and the Knicks have to be ready for that. And there were, though, sometimes when the Knicks have open shots, you have to make those. Because when you miss an open shot and it leads to a long rebound, that fuels their fast break. That fuels their aggressiveness. That fuels their offense. They say, oh, you can't make your open shots? Well, we can. And here, take another one right in your face.
Yeah, to me, like that turning point right there, because it was neck and neck. As efficient as the Pacers were offensively in the first half, the Knicks were just as efficient. They were knocking down their threes. They were getting the buckets they wanted. Jalen Brunson was abusing the defense they were putting on them. Towns had a good little spurt in the second quarter. And then all of a sudden, that you don't close the half, but to open that third, which we know has been an issue for this team, the early part of the third quarters for the Knicks have been a problem, and it was a huge problem because suddenly what looked like a 5-point game was suddenly a 12-point game, and now you're chasing that. What did they do? Cut it to 5 was the closest they got. When they made their late push, there was a chance, and as Wally noted, there was a couple of open looks that they could not knock down, and the Pacers were able to survive that. Once again, the Knicks making a push from down double figures.
But you're watching. Knicks down double figures, 6 minutes to go. That's the Knicks' prime time.
But they got them right where they want them.
As you mentioned, they just could not get They got it close, but they couldn't get it really close, Wally. Is Pascal Siakam, I'm going to show the fourth quarter here. He had a key three with the Pacers up 6, made it 118-109. That was a key three for Indiana to hang in there.
You can't go to the well that often.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the key. You know, Turner hits that jump. Brunson hits the jumper.
This one right here.
Right there.
That's a big three. Like these.
It was 115-109. That made it 118-109.
If you're going to leave anyone, he's maybe the lowest percentage three-point shooter. Bridges started getting hot at the end of the game.
That's a 6-point game, right, when he hit that.
Trying to keep it close. But then here, that
right around the
right hand screen all the way to the basket. I mean, Haliburton getting to that right hand off that screen and roll was just so good. Josh Hart gets that bucket to go, but it was just too late.
Off the inbounds.
2 inbounds plays with under 2 seconds. Josh Hart commits a foul, free throws, and then an open three.
They both went to the cutter, to the corner, and let the two wings. And that's bad communication, which, again, the Pacers make you make mistakes because they move so much.
You know what's amazing, guys? You watch the Pacers play. Only 11 turnovers. They play so fast. It often looks helter-skelter. We pointed out, perhaps a key number, Al. You pointed out, worth pointing out again. 17 Knicks turnovers, Wally, led to 20 Indiana
for a team that doesn't turn the ball. The Knicks are not a high.
They average
team.
13 a game, so a little bit more than normal.
They're top 10, but they're top 10 in the league in controlling their turnovers. And they were the ones that would take your turnovers and score. But it's whatever the Pacers are doing defensively, and maybe some things the Knicks are doing offensively, has led to them being a high turnover team in this series.
It's the Pacers' pace. They make you play frenetic. They make you play fast. When you play a team like the Pacers, sometimes a quick three, just get a shot up at the basket. Give yourself a chance at a rebound. At least you're not going to let them get going, you know, like an interception in football where they're taking it the other way so quickly and you're out of position just trying to get back on defense. I don't know. The Knicks got to obviously want to take good shots, but you got to take the first available open shot. If you turn it down, they will be like piranhas going after that ball and going for those turnovers.
Why and Brunson and Towns limited in the fourth quarter in terms of their production, Alan? What do you think? Very unlike the Knicks.
I think it was a little fatigue. I mean, Brunson's dealing with people pushing them all over the place.
They both were 1
get
for
to
3.
the ball. You know, other guys, you know, it's good. Other guys were aggressive. They were looking to shoot, looking to make shots. I think the Knicks read the defense pretty well. They were keying in on Cat and Brunson, bringing a double team on Brunson, just a naked double team right at the top right at the mid-court line. And Jalen would get rid of the ball, trust his teammates to make other plays. Some guys did. But at the same time, you couldn't stop the Pacers. That was the key. It doesn't matter who scores in the fourth quarter. The Knicks scored some points in the fourth quarter.
They did score 30 points in the fourth quarter.
That's a lot in the fourth quarter.
It's the third quarter that you'd be more concerned with, especially the start of it. To me, that's the area of concern, was the start of the third quarter in a game that you already thought you had a lead and had a 5-point deficit. You had to come out of the gate when you know how much you needed this win. You had to come out a lot stronger than that, and they gave up 7 straight points. And that, to me, that was your ball game right there.
All right, coming up, we're going to hear from Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau and also get Monica Nuts thoughts. She is in Indiana. Tom Thibodeau's Knicks now down 3-1. Game 5 is here in New York on Thursday night.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các bạn nha. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn về kênh của mình và những video của mình, cho các bạn biết được là kênh của mình làm video sáng tạo nội dung về chủ đề gì. Video của mình sẽ làm xuyên suốt về chủ đề cắt dán này. Mình sẽ cắt dán những sản phẩm như thế này cho các bạn xem. Đây là những sản phẩm mình đã hoàn thiện rồi. Sẽ giới thiệu sơ qua cho các bạn xem những sản phẩm của mình và cách của mình tạo ra những sản phẩm như thế nào. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm đa dạng màu sắc như thế này và như thế này thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Những dụng cụ phụ bổ trợ như là đây là giấy thủ công màu các bạn. Trước mặt bên tay phải của mình đây là giấy thủ công màu, nó có đa dạng những màu sắc. đa dạng những màu sắc để tạo ra những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp cho các bạn xem. Đấy. Có giấy màu xanh dương này, giấy màu cam này các bạn này, giấy màu đỏ này, giấy màu vàng này, còn đây là giấy màu xanh lá cây. Đấy. Và trong quá trình tạo ra những sản phẩm của mình cần những sản phẩm, cần những dụng cụ như là bút dạ này, kéo cắt thì để dùng để cắt, bút dạ thì để dùng để tạo hình những sản phẩm. Còn đây là hồ dán các bạn này, hồ dán thì mình sẽ dán những sản phẩm từ một chi tiết này sang chi tiết khác, từ màu sắc này sang màu sắc khác cho các bạn. Còn đây, so của mình đây.